back to Chicago's Westtown neighborhood. Westtown is comprised of several smaller neighborhoods such as Ukrainian Village, Wicker Park, and parts of Humboldt Park. This neighborhood is characterized by cool global restaurants, hip cocktail bars, and artsy boutiques. Today we're going to interview a local boutique owner and talk about some vintage fashion. Then we're going to tour a newly renovated vintage home. I'm your host, Kat Berry, and this is the American Dream Chicago. Lost Girls was started in 2013 out of a 1976 Winnebago. 10 years later, there are 2 retail locations and a workshop office space. So what inspired you and Sarah to start this vintage business?
Sarah and my business partner and I were both selling vintage at different flea markets and different festivals around the city. We produced our first pop-up on the patio of a coffee shop in Chicago, and it went really well. And we realized we were onto something and decided that day that we should go into business with each other.
I love it.
And we just wanted to do something different. So she found the 76 RV on Craigslist.
So cute.
Over time that, grew to be this store, our second store, our studio space.
I love that. So I personally have always loved vintage fashion for a lot of reasons. You get to look different than everybody else. It allows you to be creative and mix the cool fashions of yore with modern things, but there's also a sustainability.
That is a big passion of mine, and one of the reasons that I started selling vintage. One of the sources that we purchase from are rag houses, which are kind of like the last stop shops before textiles go into the landfill. We look for the best examples of design from every decade. We're purchasing our inventory and cleaning, we are mending, we are repairing, we are photographing and listing so that even if you're not able to come into our Westtown shop, you can still access our pieces online on our website. We never want to look like we stepped out of a movie set that's like,
or a magazine page.
Every single piece head to toe is, from the same year.
Some
people who shop with us do, but our approach and how we curate and present is just let's just mix it all up and do whatever you like.
Let people have their individual style, which is what's so fun about it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having us here today. I really appreciate it. I would love to go look around and pull some pieces.
Please do.
Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's have some fun.
Awesome. I'm here in 3501 West Beach in the Humboldt Park neighborhood. This home is listed with Michelle Presotto of the Jeanette Paula Group at Compass. This home is a perfect example of a classic Chicago workers' cottage. The Chicago workers' cottage is a vernacular style of housing that was built mostly between the 1870s to around 1910. They fit perfectly on our 25-foot by 125-foot standard city lots here in Chicago. This particular home was built in 1900. It is newly renovated. It's been completely gut rehabbed. It now features 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms. I love the huge island that they put in the kitchen. It's a great space to entertain and a great kitchen to work in. I really just enjoy how they opened up this space, but they still worked with some of the vintage character by keeping the exposed brick, and they also exposed some brick upstairs in the bedroom quarters as well. And we have to give the soaking tub upstairs a shout out. I mean, what a beautiful feature to add into the primary bedroom. And it also has 3 outdoor spaces. It has a small yard, a small front porch, and a lovely balcony upstairs off of the primary suite as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. We got to learn about vintage fashion and vintage homes, 2 of my very favorite things. Once again, I'm your host, Kat Berry with the Modern Living team at Compass, and I'll see you next time on the American Dream Chicago.